Okay. Alright, we are live. So let's let the stream populate a little bit more. Give it about 3 minutes and then we can start, guys. I wanted to do a special stream today, especially for people in the European timing and Asian timings. The US is obviously sleeping at the moment, but I think sometimes we gotta cater to the European communities as well. You know, you guys have been equally supportive. Let's not always cater to the US timing. So now, what's up everyone? Okay, so today we are gonna talk about the US debt ceiling. Is it gonna be extended, or we're gonna have a complete government shutdown? Also, in other news, we're looking at the VIX traders or VIX related products that actually caused a lot of people to get wrecked recently. So, very quickly, hello everyone. Don't forget to like, comment, and of course subscribe to the channel if you have not already. My name is Ryan and I am the founder of the Crypto Grinders channel. Today we have our guest Haley. Haley has just finished her milk, so she's going to be quite quiet for at least the next hour or so. We are here today, like I said, to discuss the US government shutting down. So what are your thoughts? What are your bets? Are we going to see the debt ceiling raised again? And also, if you do not know what the if you do not know what the debt ceiling is, right? You can actually go to US. Let me see. Let me give you the link, guys. It's actually very interesting. You can actually go to the usdebtclock.org and you can see how much money the US actually owes till date. Now, this is, of course, one of something that I've already discovered back in 2008 when I first stepped into finance. So it actually has this little legion that actually shows when you mouse over how much the US government actually owes. So for example, if we look at the main one, currently now the US government owes 20.6 trillion in terms of debt, right? So you have this little mouse over tab where you can see that, okay, the current US national public debt outstanding, right, represents the face amount of principal amount of marketable and non-marketable securities currently outstanding. Now, it's interesting to say that this is the national public debt. So that means you're trying to say that the people owe the US government? Very interesting. Also, if you mouse over, its debt per citizen is currently at $63,048, and the debt per taxpayer is $170,000. Wow, that is quite a lot of money if you think about it. Then, of course, we will look at revenue. So the US federal tax... So the US federal tax revenue consists of the income tax, payroll tax, corporate tax, duties, and excise tax. So this is, of course, the income that comes in, and it's up 82%. Probably this is a year-on-year thing. And revenue per citizen is at 10,256. Revenue per taxpayer is 27,717. Very, very interesting. So right now, you must be wondering, wow, we owe a shitload amount of money. How is the US government ever going to get out of this situation? They have no intention to, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? It is just a matter of continuously making sure that the debt ceiling is going to be raised, and of course, as long as the rest of the world can trust the US government, someone will always hold the bag, right? That's just the way it is. So right now, I would safely say that this coming Thursday, the debt ceiling will more or less be raised, and the overall markets will still continue to thrive. So as you all know, the stock market... Okay, so the US stock market actually took a hit. So did the cryptocurrency markets recently, because of this announcement that there's a 40% chance that the US government would potentially shut down. So if on Thursday, they pass the bill and the debt ceiling gets raised, it will be all the way until 20. It will be. Oh man. Okay, hold on. Give me a second. Let me park the baby somewhere else. This is very noisy. You're very noisy. You're very noisy. Okay, so what happens is that once they pass the bill, and more often than not they usually do, okay, the whole market is going to rally really hard. So this is just my take, guys. At the moment, we are having this very lull period, you know, not much volume. You have the people who have well positioned themselves, especially in Bitcoin at $6,000, right? And if you didn't pick up at that point, I completely cannot blame you, because this is the first time that we have had a correction in quite a while. So my take is that right now we should position ourselves. And okay, hold on. Let me put the baby away. Okay, so yes, back to work now. Okay, so as I was saying, right now, I feel that you want to position yourself. It's obviously still a 50-50, right? No matter what, we would expect that the government would pass. So let me go through this article with you guys. Okay, so this is of course from Reuters.com, and it was published on February the 8th, 2018. What is the US Senate deal on spending debt ceiling? So the US Senate leaders from both parties on Wednesday reached a deal to raise government spending and to take other steps meant to curb Capitol Hill budget squabbling, right? The complex agreement backed by House of Representatives Speaker Paul Ryan could face resistance among conservative House Republicans concerned about the deficit, blah, blah, blah. This is the usual horse and pony shit, okay? And then after that, raises spending limits. Okay, so raising spending limits, what does it mean? The deal would increase government spending by nearly $300 billion over 2 years, of which it would increase discretionary defense spending. Wow, always discretionary defense spending for another $165 billion. Really pays to be an arms dealer, guys. Like I said, when I have enough money, I'll probably be an arms dealer myself. Okay, so over the current spending caps, it would increase non-defense domestic discretionary spending caps by $131 billion over current spending levels. So what does it mean by non-defensive spending? So the non-defensive spending means that $131 billion increase in non-defense spending would include $20 billion for infrastructure spending and $6 billion to fund the fight against opioids and mental health crisis. Well, yeah, why not, right? Okay, so Children's Health Insurance Program, the deal would extend funding for Children's Health Insurance Program for 10 years instead of the current 6. Aww, that's so sweet. Okay, so now, the debt ceiling. The deal includes an extension of the government's debt ceiling to March 2019. Wow, so we can breathe easy until March 2019, guys. The Treasury Department has warned that without an extension in borrowing authority by Congress, the government would run out of borrowing options in the first half of next month, risking default. Temporary funding measure. The deal would avert a government shutdown on Thursday when the current government funding measure expires by including a short-term measure to fund the government at current levels through March 23rd, while appropriators write a detailed budget bill. Okay, so these are the dates that you need to take note of. Disaster assistance. Wow, okay, I didn't know they had a disaster assistance. Okay, a disaster assistance aid package of $90 billion for US areas affected by events such as hurricanes Irma, Harvey, and Maria, as well as California wildfires will also be included. Yes, definitely, because I think the US always has a lot of natural disasters and whatnot. I think this is, of course, one of those parts where you have to allocate funding. And of course, last but not least, we have immigration. Immigration legislation is not included in the deal reached by Senate leaders. Oh, okay. So that means immigrants are not going to have any benefits? Yeah, I guess not, right? Okay, so guys, anyway, this is of course one of the deals that is going to be written up. Whether it passes or not, no one knows. Next, in the news, we have the Wall Street's hottest VIX trades burn amateur investors. Okay, this is quite interesting. So Jamie Evans jokes that he might have a gambling problem. When stocks slid Monday with little discernible cause, the 37-year-old used a product mirroring the VIX volatility index to bet markets would return to their recent calm. They didn't. Instead, they went into free fall, and Evans faces to the loss of his entire $1,500 wager. Credit Suisse Group AG, the issuer, okay, of his exchange traded note, is shutting down the fund after it dropped more than 90%. Well, guys, so you see, you remember BitConnect, right? It dropped like 90% itself. So everyone's calling this space like a scam and everything. This is basically legalized scam. You see, at the end of the day, guys, it's just a matter of who says can or cannot, right? If you are licensed and you are a big bank, you are all well funded and everything, I guess whatever you say is king. If, for example, you are like our space, unlicensed, unregulated, the mass media will say whatever the heck it wants because we are the outlaws, right? So this is the space that we are in. But it's okay for people to have it's okay for people to invest in this exchange traded note that is issued by Credit Suisse and have the whole fund disappear. Because you know why? There was a letter of indemnity signed between the investor and Credit Suisse, obviously, to say that investors are solely investing based on their own risk and responsibility and savviness. So a large part of most retail investors at the end of the day really love to participate in such high risk products because it is one of the ways to make money. But if they are not well educated, okay, about such things, because of the leverage and also at the same time there is high risk in all these products, most of the banks will not take the time to go and educate. Okay, we're talking about Credit Suisse here, okay? So there's no time to go and be like Ryan and create videos. There's no Credit Suisse YouTube channel, you know, where the banker comes out and teaches people about finance and whatnot. They don't have time, okay? So at the end of the day, we have a large part of the people who want to participate in such products, but as long as the indemnity covers the bank and it covers the banks basically, it doesn't cover the investor, guys, okay? The investor is agreeing to the risk when they put their money in the exchange traded product. If the product does well, obviously there's always a management fee. This whole department just closed down overnight, guys. It closed down overnight. So as long as you see, as long as this market has these instruments, sometimes I really wonder, why are all these people being so cynical about our space when their space is clearly equally as high risk as ours? It's just like I said, it's a matter, the only gray line is licensed and unlicensed. That's the only difference, right? So today, like I said, is more about giving you a sense and perspective, because I understand a large part of my viewers and subscribers have never actually ventured into stocks and derivative products, even the existing traditional financial markets. A large part of you guys are solely invested in cryptocurrencies. Now, the most important thing is that you kind of understand that this space is also high risk. You need to understand that also as and when that we could experience 90% corrections or falls in each single cryptocurrency. So we are still in a very young space, but the good thing is that you can so-called buy and hodl, okay? So now, if we are obviously in a bear market, so if we look at the current cryptocurrency markets now, we are at 387 billion, okay? And Bitcoin now is range trading between 7,500 to about 8,500 US dollars per Bitcoin. I am pretty happy with this price, and I sincerely hope that with a little bit of volatility, we may see the 6,000 mark being retested, closing in on Thursday. I think today is a Wednesday for the US. So right now, I think majority of the market now is waiting for the debt ceiling announcement. So the moment the debt ceiling announcement, everyone can breathe easy, the stock markets will start to recapitalize itself, so will the cryptocurrency markets. This is just my personal opinion that what would happen, because they have raised the debt ceiling over and over and over again ever since, ever since 08. So I don't see them stopping, right? It's actually quite, it basically won't happen, guys. Look, if that happened, that means the whole US government shut down. You know who will still be left standing? Only Trump, because Trump is a billionaire. The rest are all still working for the government. Think about it this way. So That being said, this is just a very quick news update, and also with regards to the Bitcoin prices, we are now currently in this range bound period. So if you intend to buy some Bitcoin, my suggestion is just using your fiat and laddering in your orders. So you want to make sure that you have your funds, meaning that you have wired funds from your bank accounts into your respective Gemini and whatnot, Bitstamp and or anything like that. From there you can get more Bitcoin, guys. Get more Bitcoin, man, because right now if you miss out on this whole correction, you are going to FOMO, and that's not what my subscribers should be doing. Okay, so focus on accumulating Bitcoin or even Ethereum if you like, but I think I strongly suggest more of Bitcoin because, like I said, Bitcoin is the one true decentralized currency at the moment. It was the very first decentralized currency, and with regards to a strategic standpoint, Bitcoin will always be the first to rise and all the altcoins will tend to take a hit, especially if, let's say for example, it suddenly this thing rises up to 10k and above, and I'm sure it will recapitalize very quickly. This is just my personal opinion and just wanting to share this video with you guys. So without further ado, I also want to make sure that you guys are well aware that Huobi tokens is one of the tokens that I will be strongly promoting going forward. Now, we have zero affiliation with Huobi, of course, but I feel that there has to be a way of diversification. Today, we have Binance going down for 12 hours. We do not know what is the real situation, but like I said, always put a certain amount of tokens or at least tradable tokens on the exchange, and always use more than one. Right now, I think a lot of people have moved from Bittrex to Binance to maybe some other cryptocurrency exchange, but always stay safe. Yesterday, we went to Kyber Network's office and we had an interview with them. That is also one of the key strategies that we will be using. We want to use their platform. It was so easy. I can't wait to release the interview and the video to show you how easy it is to use, and it's one of the ways that fund houses or hedge funds who are planning to use cryptocurrencies as a means to get diversified into the cryptocurrency space can safely do an exchange or swap. So we will most likely be working very closely with Kyber Network. And of course, when I'm looking at Huobi, there's no referral program at the moment, guys. It's just purely me wanting to share with you guys that Huobi is one of those tokens that you want to keep because they are offering a very nice kind of token burn, especially every quarter. Every quarter, they're going to share 20% of their revenue. So I think that is very important. Like I said, it's the same thing. Huobi must not be compromised in terms of it's still a centralized server at the end of the day. So please bear in mind that whenever you do some trading, have a portion in respective exchanges. Don't have all your funds in one exchange. Always have a portion that is kept in your core wallet. Whether is it your ledger, whether is it your MyEther wallet, whether you have your private key stored as a paper wallet, all these things have to come into play. So without further ado, thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next stream.